Hello YouTube, and welcome to the first episode of our brand new series about building a pole barn home. If you click the video, it's probably because you're interested in building a pole barn home, whether you are genuinely interested in building your own or you're just curious how much it costs, the process, how long it takes. Stay tuned. We're going to be posting in chronological order of our build, our whole process start to finish. So if you have any questions, anything from just the design of the pole barn to purchasing the plot of land, the process for that, the permits you need, going through the utility companies, finding a builder, what to ask for, how to design it, how to get started, we're going to cover all that start to finish. Again, we're going to be posting these videos chronologically as we progress through our own build and try to keep all of that content valuable for you. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Please, if you like the video, let us know. Subscribe if you want to follow along to the project. We hope you enjoy. Hello YouTube, and welcome back. We are getting to kick off this very first video of our new series here with some information, just general information, high level on pole barns. What are they? What is a pole barn home? What is a bardonimium? What is a post frame home? Things that if you started looking into this yourself, whether it's for your own project or just out of curiosity, you've probably seen some of these terms pop up. So we're going to start with the very first video by talking about that. Now, probably like yourselves, the first time I had been exposed to looking at a pole barn home, I had come across it on Facebook, and I saw it listed open as a bardonimium pole barn home. And to me, my thought is a pole barn is, you know, this like agricultural building or a big garage, a steel building. And what I'd seen by looking through Facebook and in places like Pinterest were that it's not just anymore these steel frame buildings. They're now being constructed into these, you know, beautiful homes with excellent features, like these massive entryways, either big garage doors built into them. A lot of these have big vaulted ceilings on the interior, and they boast wide open floor plans or big open lofts in these really cool large features that you can fit in that you might not see in a traditional or older style built house. And that's the big appeal to a lot of people. So doing some more research and what it would take, you know, is this something feasible I can do in my area? I'm just going to fill you in on a few of the things I found, a few of the differences, and what to expect there. So first off, what is a pole barn? Now, the term pole barn was actually coined sometime around the 50s and 60s when they actually used telephone poles as vertical columns to support the structure of a building. Now, this is mostly done in agricultural buildings like a farm or a barn or big structure of that sort. And over the years, that style of construction become more popular, and with advancements in technology and engineering, they began to make these columns instead out of different engineered woods and laminates. And around the year 2000, the industry kind of re-termed everything for these newer materials and construction methods with this, and in the early 2000s started referring to these modern designs as a post frame building. So if you hear post frame or pole barn, it's really the same general concept behind the structure, just a little bit more of the modernized, the new era of the materials and technology with that. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions I've received when I'm telling people I'm building a pole barn home is that you live in a barn. My wife said this at first. She said, no way, until she saw pictures. Even calling the town clerk to ask a few general corrections for where we decided that we were going to purchase a plot of land. The question we got is, you want to live in a barn? And I think people hear barn and they picture this iconic big red barn, you know, with stables and tractors and hay and animals and stuff, and that's not quite the case at all. Because as you've seen, you know, type in post frame home, pole barn home on Pinterest, and you see some of these very beautiful modern homes, again with some of these great features that you're not going to see in a lot of standard builds and projects out there. So the best way that I've come to explain this process and the type of building to people is, yes, if you were to type in post frame construction, so let's look at that for example. Post frame construction, you are going to see similar to like that picture we were just on, but you're going to see these timber columns, and these are the main supports going up. So is this exactly what it looks like in a pole barn home? No, it's going to be great on slab. These are going to be, there's going to be cement pilings into the ground and a footer that goes into the ground that these are constructed on. But the idea is that the exterior shell, this exterior structure has, yes, these big supporting columns. Now, how I explain to the whole process to people is, you don't have this big barn and you have to, make a home out of the inside of the thing. It's not like that at all. How I've come to explain it is, you're almost building a home inside of a building. And what I mean by that is, if anybody's gone to driven past a construction site, a new build, subdevelopment, you've seen something of this. You've seen stick frame buildings going up. Now, all this is still done for the most part. It's just done and encapsulated inside that exterior shell that is the post frame building. So with that being the primary method, means that you don't actually take away at all from the features that are in there. In fact, if I were to type in this post frame home floor plans, you know what it's going to find is these floor plans look no different than the floor plans or blueprints that you are going to get from a regular house. Really at all. The only thing is that if you want to do this big covered porch or built-in garage or some of these really unique features you see some of these builders doing with these homes, you can do that. But for the most part, you have the same types of walls and studs and insulation, joists, utilities going in there as you would in a traditional home. One of the biggest differences, most of these homes are being built slab on grade, so there is no basement. So with that being taken into consideration, you want to think that if you want more room, you're either going to build upward or outward. We're going to go with a larger footprint and a large style ranch. And we'll talk about that floor plan in another episode. Mila's commentary over there. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's really not anything that you can't do in a pole barn home that you can do in a standard style home. And that's about it for this first video. We're going to keep it short, keep it neat. I hope that explained kind of what a pole barn home is, what the difference is. So if you hear bardonimium, post frame home, pole barn home, we're really all talking about the same exact thing. And the great thing is by doing that stick framing inside of the pole barn structure, you really have, open floor for creativity, whatever you want to do with that, and you're not limited. So in the next video, we're going to start looking at plots of land, things I need to consider, calling up the some of the towns and municipalities as well, seeing what might have to go into play in there, and see if we can't find a spot to put our home.